This summer, I booked a $15,000 design client. Now, for a design agency or something of that sort, that might actually be on the low end, but if you're an independent designer like myself, you might be thinking, holy crap, that is a lot of money and that is a really big client project. So today I want to share with you exactly how I managed to book this client along with lots of other $10,000 plus clients the past year so that you can hopefully do the same and raise your prices. I'm going to break this down into a 5-part pyramid so you can understand how all of the things that I did work together to attract and help me book these high ticket design clients. The first thing I did is identify my ICA, also known as Ideal Client Avatar. I then developed my own brand strategy and visual identity, utilized attraction marketing, streamlined my process, and then ultimately that's how I ended up booking this high ticket design client. But what if you don't know what any of those things mean? Don't worry, I'm about to break down each one of these 5 parts into individual segments so we can dissect what they actually mean and how you can actually implement them in your own design business. Let's break down part 1, identifying your ICA. This basically involves figuring out exactly what type of clients you want to work with and how you can attract them, as well as who they are at their core, what they value, and the pain points that they may currently be facing. Here's an example of an ideal client avatar. You should know things about them like their typical age range, their income level, the type of business that they work in, their lifestyle, their values, and location. It's good to be really specific about these things when it comes to developing an ICA because this can help you find connection points between your design services, their needs, and your values on a personal level, which can be later used in your marketing, and we'll talk about that more once we get to that part. Part 2, brand strategy and identity design. Developing a brand strategy involves identifying your purpose as a business, your mission statement, your long-term vision and goals, your values, your target audience, your overall creative direction, and other things of that nature. This is kind of like the framework for how you're going to connect with your customers long-term and create consistent messaging. Your brand strategy helps you make strategic, informed design decisions that have a purpose. For example, I know that with my own brand strategy, I am typically trying to target women-owned businesses who like feminine styles and value high quality work. So when it came to creating my own brand identity, I focused on developing a identity that was very feminine, but also looked very elevated and high end. Part 3, attraction marketing. This essentially involves telling the customer or client to purchase or invest in your service without actually directly telling them to do so. For example, I don't create content about how you need a logo for your business because the clients I'm trying to target are actually looking for in-depth brand identity design. So I create content that explains the value of having a brand identity over a one-off logo, which directly resonates with my ideal client avatar. Part 4, streamlining the design process. I have a lot of other videos about streamlining your design process with information on how to do that, but the general overview is that it involves having a very straightforward, high converting process from the time a client finds your services to the minute they inquire with you through your inquiry form and have a phone call with you. For example, I'm very straightforward about what I offer. I have a lot of call to actions so clients know exactly how to inquire with me, and then I have a pretty structured consultation call process that is usually really high converting, meaning most of the clients that reach out and then end up actually booking a call with me usually end up going through with booking an official project. This is a very important part of this pyramid here. You can have all of the other parts in this pyramid, but if your process portion is confusing, it's going to directly impact how effective all the other portions of this pyramid are. And when you have all of those things in place, you get high ticket design clients. This client in particular did find me through Instagram. I'm not really going to share any further details because I do not share personal information about my clients or their business or their project. But our project did involve a brand identity design and a website design. If you have questions about this 5-part pyramid process, please drop them below so I can answer them or make a video about them in the future. If you found this helpful, I highly recommend checking out my design podcast. I have even more in-depth episodes about this type of information on the podcast, like how to go from 0 to 6 figures as a designer. Hopefully you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.